Hello and welcome to Sabha TV, watching Midday News with me, Rajya. Let's have a look at the top headlines. Kerala Cabinet decides to recommend convening Special Assembly session on August 30th to discuss relief, rehabilitation and reconstruction following floods. United Arab Emirates pledges assistance of 700 crore rupees for the state. Notar option cannot be permitted in Rajya Sabha elections, says Supreme Court. Apex Court sets aside Election Commission's notification for the same, says the option meant for individual voters in direct polls. Rocket attack in Kabul. At least 9 rockets hit near diplomatic area after terrorists take over a building. 2 people wounded as fighting continues. And India secures 3rd gold in ongoing Asian Games in Indonesia. 16-year-old Saurabh Chaudhary wins 10-meter air pistol finals in his first senior event. Debutant Abhishek Verma wins bronze in the same event. Sanjeev Rajput bags silver in 50-meter air rifle. And England need 498 more runs to win the 3rd test against India at Trent Bridge. Virat Kohli's exemplary 103 puts India in commanding position. India are 2-0 up in a 5-match series. Let's have a look at the top stories from flood-ravaged Kerala. Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan has convened an all-party meet over the floods in the state today. The meeting is to review the rescue and relief operations undertaken with support from the central government, armed forces and ordinary people of the state. During the meeting, healthcare, rehabilitation and reconstruction challenges that are being faced by the state will also be discussed. After a cabinet meet today, the Chief Minister said they would recommend calling a special session on August 30th to discuss situation and the way forward. He also detailed the assistance of rupees 700 crore offered by the UAE.
മഹാപ്രളയം നമുക്ക് നേരിടേണ്ടി വന്ന സാഹചര്യത്തിൽ ദുരിതാശ്വാസം, പുനരധിവാസം, പുനർനിർമ്മാണം ഇവയെല്ലാം ചർച്ച ചെയ്യുന്നതിനായി ആഗസ്റ്റ് 30-ന് പ്രത്യേക നിയമസഭാ സമ്മേളനം വിളിച്ചു ചേർക്കാൻ ഗവർണറോട് ശുപാർശ ചെയ്യാൻ തീരുമാനിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. UAE ഗവൺമെൻറ് നമ്മളുടെ ഈ വിഷമത്തിൽ പങ്കുചേരാനും സഹായിക്കാനും തയ്യാറായിട്ടുണ്ട്. അത് നമ്മുടെ പ്രധാനമന്ത്രിയുടെ അടുത്ത് UAEയിലെ ക്രൗൺ പ്രിൻസ് സംസാരിച്ചിട്ടുമുണ്ട്. UAEയുടെ സഹായമായിട്ട് അവർ നിശ്ചയിച്ചിട്ടുള്ളത് കേരളത്തെ സഹായിക്കാൻ $100 million, 700 കോടി രൂപയാണ്. ഇന്ത്യൻ റുപ്പിയിലെടുത്താൽ 700 കോടി രൂപ വരും. ആ 700 കോടി രൂപയുടെ സഹായം കേരളത്തിന് നൽകാനാണ് അവർ തീരുമാനിച്ചിട്ടുള്ളത്.
Now, as restoration work begins in Kerala, people are counting their losses. At one of the badly affected areas of Chalakudi in Thrissur, shop owners who have suffered unaccountable losses are hoping to get the markets back on their feet. Cleaning work is presently underway. Forces along with local and volunteers are helping in cleanup work. Material worth crores have been washed away as markets were stocked to capacity in the run-up to the Onam season.
ഞങ്ങളുടെ ഏറ്റവും വലിയ ജീവിതമാർഗ്ഗമാണ് ഈ കച്ചവടം. അതിന് ഈ ഓണം റഫേജുകൾ പ്രമാണിച്ചുകൾ മാക്സിമം സാധനങ്ങൾ ഇറക്കിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. യാദൃശ്യമായിട്ടാണ് ഇങ്ങനെ ഒരു സംഭവം, ഇങ്ങനെ ഒരു ചരിത്രത്തിലുണ്ടാകുന്ന സംഭവമാണ് ഒരു സംഭവം ഉണ്ടായത്. ഞങ്ങളുടെ കട കംപ്ലീറ്റ് കാര്യമാക്കി. ഇനി ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് എങ്ങനെ മുന്നോട്ട് കൊണ്ടുപോകുന്നത് ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് അറിയില്ല. ഇതിൽ നിന്ന് എന്തെങ്കിലും ഞങ്ങൾക്കൊരു സഹായം കിട്ടുന്നതാണ് ഞങ്ങളുടെ ഒരു സംഘടന. വെള്ളം കയറി എല്ലാം നശിച്ചു. സാധനം ബാക്കി കിട്ടാത്ത രീതിയിൽ നശിച്ചു. എല്ലാം നശിച്ചു. ഒരു കോടിയിലേറെ നഷ്ടപ്പെട്ടിട്ടുണ്ടാവും. കണക്ക് തിട്ടപ്പെടുത്താനോ കണക്കുകളും എല്ലാം പോയി. ഒരു സാധനം കമ്പ്യൂട്ടർ അടക്കം എല്ലാം വെള്ളത്തിൽ വെച്ചു. നാളെ എന്ത് ചെയ്യുന്നുള്ളത് അറിയാതെ
എല്ലാ സാധനങ്ങളും നശിച്ചു. അവർ ഇനി എല്ലാം ആദ്യം തുടങ്ങേണ്ട ഒരു അവസ്ഥയാണ് വന്നു ചേർന്നിരിക്കുന്നത്. മാർക്കറ്റ് പ്രവർത്തിക്കാത്തൊരവസ്ഥയും ജനങ്ങൾക്ക് സാധനങ്ങൾ കിട്ടാത്തൊരു സാഹചര്യം വന്നിരിക്കുകയാണ്. അപ്പോൾ അടിയന്തരമായി ഞങ്ങൾ ചെയ്യുന്നത് മാർക്കറ്റ് ശുചീകരിച്ച് മാർക്കറ്റിൻ്റെ പ്രവർത്തനം ആരംഭിക്കാനാണ്. ഇതുപോലെ തന്നെ മറ്റൊരു പ്രധാനപ്പെട്ട പ്രശ്നമാണ് താലൂക്ക് ഹോസ്പിറ്റൽ ഗവൺമെൻറ്. അത് വെള്ളം കയറി പ്രവർത്തിക്കാൻ കഴിയാത്ത അവസ്ഥയാണ്. ഈ താലൂക്ക് ആശുപത്രിയും നിരവധി ആളുകളെ ഇവിടെ ചികിത്സ തേടുന്ന ഒരു കേന്ദ്രമാണ്. അപ്പോൾ അത് പ്രവർത്തിക്കാനുള്ള നടപടികളും നമ്മൾ സ്വീകരിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്.
The flood waters in Kerala are receding and the state is faced with a gigantic task of reconstruction and rehabilitation. The centre has declared the flood in the state a calamity of severe nature. The state government is estimating total loss of nearly 20,000 crore rupees. At least 216 people have lost their lives in the rains, floods and landslides since August 8. Over 10 lakh people are living in nearly 6,000 relief camps that are in operation. The Southern Naval Command of the Indian Navy has to scale down Operation Madad.
Healthcare seems to be the biggest challenge looming on the horizon as the floodwaters recede in Kerala. Preventing an outbreak of epidemic is the need of the hour in the flood-hit state.
ഹോസ്പിറ്റലൈസ് ചെയ്യണമെങ്കിൽ താലൂക്ക് ഹോസ്പിറ്റലിൽ പകർച്ചവ്യാധികൾ ഉണ്ടാകുമ്പോൾ ഐസൊലേഷൻ വാർഡുകൾ ക്രമീകരിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് താലൂക്ക് ഹോസ്പിറ്റൽ തലത്തിൽ നിന്ന് തുടങ്ങി ഐസൊലേഷൻ വാർഡുകൾ സെറ്റ് ചെയ്യാനാണ് തീരുമാനിച്ചത്. അപ്പോൾ അപൂർവം ചിലയിടത്ത് അങ്ങനെ വളരെ വ്യാപകമായിട്ട് ഇപ്പോൾ പറഞ്ഞിട്ടില്ല, പക്ഷേ അപൂർവം ചിലയിടത്ത് അത്തരത്തിലുള്ള ചില കേസുകൾ റിപ്പോർട്ട് ചെയ്തത് ഉടനെ തന്നെ ഹോസ്പിറ്റലുകളിലേക്ക് മാറ്റിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. അവിടെ അതിനാവശ്യമായിട്ടുള്ള ചുമതലയും ആരോഗ്യവകുപ്പിൻ്റെ പ്രവർത്തകർക്ക് നിർദ്ദേശിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്.
Restoration of water and power supply has to happen at a war footing. Roads and bridges need to be rebuilt. Telephone lines need to become functional again.
ഇവിടെ BSNL ലാൻഡ് ഫോൺ കണക്ഷൻ 2 ദിവസമായിട്ട് ഞങ്ങൾ യുദ്ധകാലാടിസ്ഥാനത്തിൽ ഇവിടെ ശരിയായിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. ഇപ്പോൾ ഇൻ്റർനെറ്റ് കണക്ഷൻ BSNL ബ്രോഡ്ബാൻഡ് കണക്ഷൻ കട്ടായത് 7 days ആർക്ക് ഇന്നലെ വൈകിട്ട് എല്ലാം ത്രൂ അയച്ച്. ഇനിയിപ്പോൾ ലാൻഡ് ഫോൺ കുറച്ച് നമ്പർ മാത്രം ഞങ്ങൾ യുദ്ധകാലാടിസ്ഥാനത്തിൽ 10-30 സ്റ്റാഫുണ്ട്. എല്ലാവരും യുദ്ധകാലാടിസ്ഥാനത്തിൽ ഞങ്ങളത് ശരിയായിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. ഉടൻ തന്നെ ശരിയാകും.
The centre has also declared the Kerala floods a calamity of severe nature. When a calamity is declared to be of rare severity or severe nature, support to the state government is provided at the national level. The centre also considers additional assistance from the National Disaster Response Fund. A calamity relief fund is set up with the corpus shared 3:1 between the centre and the state. When resources in the CRF are inadequate, additional assistance is considered from the National Calamity Contingency Fund, funded 100% by the centre. Relief in repayment of loans or for grant of fresh loans to the persons affected on concessional terms too are considered once a calamity is declared severe.
We are providing food and medical supplies to more than 5,000 people who are housed in several camps here in this area. And also sanitation after the flood is over. We have to help disinfect the areas affected by flood so that there is no outbreak of any disease and other endemic problems.
With the waters receding, the focus is now on rehabilitation.
पूरा पानी है, भरा हुआ हम लोग का घर पूरा पानी है. हम लोग का बैठने को भी जगह नहीं है, इतना तक पानी है. हम लोग को कुछ खाने को मांगते, पीने को मांगते, बेड नहीं है, सब पूरा सब पानी में मर गया.
நான் 3 வருஷமா நான் இந்த இடத்துல தான் நான் வாழ்ந்துகிட்டு இருக்கேன். நான் 10-12,000 ரூபாய்களை தையல் தொழிலாளி. நான் ரொம்ப கஷ்டப்பட்டு வாழ்றவன். என் பொம்பளையால் 2 காலும் முடியாதது. இருந்த வீடு அட்ரஸ் இல்லாமல் போயிடுச்சு. எங்களால் ஒன்றும் செய்ய முடியாது. முடிஞ்சின துணி கூட ஆளுக்கு கொடுத்து தராக போட்டுருக்கோம். என் பொம்பளையால் அனாதபடத்தில் விட்டுருக்கோம். ஒரு வாழருக்கு ஒரு வழியும் இல்லை. ஒன்றுமே எங்களால் செய்ய முடியாத சூழ்நிலை. என்னதான் செய்யணும், எதான் செய்யணும் சொல்லவே முடியாத ஒரு சூழ்நிலையில் இருக்கும்.
The National Crisis Management Committee, the country's apex body to handle emergencies, has been regularly monitoring the flood situation in Kerala. The NCMC has directed that focus should now be on the provision of emergency supplies of food, water, medicines and restoration of essential services. The Army, Navy, Indian Air Force and the National Disaster Response Force have been continuously engaged in relief and rescue operations in all 14 flood-hit districts in Kerala. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Well, to know more from the ground in Kerala, we are joined by senior correspondent Akhilesh Suman. Akhilesh, thanks for joining us. You reached Chenganur, which is one of the worst affected areas in Kerala. Could you just take our viewers as to what is the ground situation over there and how you managed to reach Chenganur?
Actually, I managed to reach Chenganur through the help of some politicians and also from the army people, and also some local journalists helped me. So, you know that this is an area which has been worst affected, but this is also a fact that communication lines are very weak in this area. Otherwise, I could also have shown some of the highlights of this area, but I will show, I think, show by the evening when I come out of this place. But you know that what I've seen, that rescue operations have reduced because most of the people have been evacuated. But I have been told by the army people that at least 5% people are still in their homes, voluntarily or non-voluntarily. Some are stranded, but some don't want to leave their home because they feel that their belongings are their home. This is really a pathetic story of human being that they have earned from the whole life. Things are there in the houses and they don't want to leave. So in such situations, army people are going there and distributing the food materials and other essential items right to their doorstep. And this is really a revealing fact that how Indian Army, in coordination with the local police, are helping the local people who are stranded in this heavy water that has come century after a century, because no one in this state remembers that such a flood has ever come and such heavy rains have ever come in their state. Though this state is not does not have lack of rains, but such type of rains and such type of flood no one has ever seen. So the situation is coming in a way that people are increasing to the relief. They are going to the rehabilitation, and also more efforts are being done to the higher areas where water has receded and cleanliness is required. So disinfectants are being sent there, and also they demand that cleaning machines should be sent there, because you have a deep of mud lying on the roads and also inside the houses. So this is a precarious situation. Government is taking care in coordination with the center that this situation doesn't go out of hand, and some sort of needs some break. So this is the situation at this point of time, Rajya, that efforts are being made so that people get relief materials and also get instruments, equipment, and also material to clean their houses and also the roads.
Akhilesh, just one more thing. In such a gigantic tragedy, we have seen that a lot of places are devastated. And now as waters have started to recede down, authorities are facing challenge of health hazards. So how that facet has been taken care of? Have you spoken to any of the concerned persons about it?
Yeah, because you know that people in the state are somehow very clean people. You know that their houses are well. Also, there is a lack of money. Not very much enforcement in the roads. So in that way, they are quite sure that water receipts will manage. And also, there is a culture of health awareness is there in the state, that you know that nurses from Kerala go all over the world. So they have a health awareness. So I think with the effort by government, also NGOs are sending enough materials, organizations like CPI, CPM, even Congress, and also RSS people are also involved in many of the drives, cleanliness and relief material delivery drives. So I think with the help of all, and everyone is accepting that the way unprecedented flood has come, unprecedented help is also pouring in from various parts of the country. And you can see that the whole country is here in this state, showing their solidarity and also showing their material help and support, so that people can come out of this menace and devastating after flood situation.
Right, Akhilesh, is as much a story of devastation by floods, it's also a story of great human resilience. Not just the authorities, but ordinary people, citizens. They are coming forward and doing their bit. Moving on, Rajya Sabha Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu and Lok Sabha Speaker Sumitra Mahajan have jointly appealed to the members of Parliament on Monday to contribute generously from the MP Local Area Development Schemes Fund for relief and rehabilitation work in Kerala. Both Chairman and Speaker have decided to donate 1 month's salary towards Prime Minister's National Relief Fund and urged members to do the same.
Taking note of the large-scale devastation triggered by floods in Kerala, Rajya Sabha Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu and Lok Sabha Speaker Sumitra Mahajan jointly appealed to members of Parliament to contribute generously from their MP Lads Fund towards relief and rehabilitation works in the state.
Keeping in view the intensity and magnitude of the floods in Kerala, the government has declared this as a calamity of a severe nature. We appeal to the members of the Parliament to contribute generously from their MP Lads funds for relief and rehabilitation works in the affected areas of Kerala as permissible under the MP Lads guidelines, and also to consider donating their 1 month's salary for this noble and humanitarian cause. Speaker and then Chairman.
Rules allow members of Parliament to recommend up to maximum of 1 crore rupees as assistance from the MP Lads Fund in the case of calamity of severe nature in any part of the country. They further say from the day an MP makes such a contribution, the relevant authorities have to identify relief works in a month's time and implement them within 8 months.
And then the Speaker will be writing a letter to all the members of Parliament of Lok Sabha. Chairman will be writing a letter to all the members of Rajya Sabha.
At Chairman Naidu's behest, the Rajya Sabha Secretariat on 16th August wrote to the Ministry of Home Affairs about the government's assessment of the scale of calamity in Kerala. Earlier, the chairman also discussed with the Deputy Chairman of Rajya Sabha Harivansh, who's also the chairman of the MP Lads Committee, and senior officials on the MP Lads guidelines. He also spoke to former Deputy Chairman Professor P.J. Kurin about the severity of the damage. Chairman Naidu has decided to donate 1 month's salary towards relief work in flood-hit Kerala. Kriti Mishra's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
Now, Union Minister K.G. Alphonse has said that Centre's assistance to Kerala so far is for immediate purpose and that more help will be given on a need basis. In an exclusive interview to Rajya Sabha TV, he said the task of reconstruction is massive and that Centre will assist Kerala and it goes about the task.
Are you expecting that the number of dead is going to rise as the waters recede? There might be more deaths which would be discovered?
Yes, I mean that's what we fear,
okay.
And I hope my fears are not really founded on actual facts when actually it unravels. We hope nobody is dead, but the fact is that yesterday itself we discovered quite a few bodies in less than 10 in Changanur area. And we suspect a lot of people are still trapped. Kerala needs to be completely reconstructed. Yeah, see what the Prime Minister and the Home Minister have reduced 500 crores by the Honorable Prime Minister and 100 crores by the Honorable Home Minister. And before that 180 crores was released.
Right.
All this is for immediate relief. In fact, Centre has provided an advance amount to the state government.
Okay.
And as and when they see that it's going to get exhausted, they ask for advance and we provide. There is absolutely no problem with money.
So there is no need for declaring the present disaster as a natural calamity?
That's not an issue at all.
Now we can watch the entire interview on Rajya Sabha TV on Wednesday 10 p.m. on a program To The Point. Now, news from Karnataka, where Chief Minister H.D. Kumaraswamy has urged the centre to provide Rs 100 crore relief fund for rain-ravaged state's Kodagu district. However, the rescue and relief operations were intensified and situation in district is under control. The Indian Air Force that had deployed one Mi-17 helicopter earlier has pressed into service another Mi-17 today into rescue operation in Kodagu district. Over 6,620 people have been rescued and brought to relief centres. The Kodagu District Deputy Commissioner has issued an order to resort owners to cancel all the bookings of tourists in Kodagu as situation remains precarious. Karnataka Chief Minister H.D. Kumaraswamy said action has been initiated to distribute an interim relief of Rs 3,800 per family of distressed people sheltered in relief camps. The Defence Food Research Laboratory and Central Food Technological Research Institute are dispatching ready-to-eat and ready-to-cook food items to the flood-ravaged regions of Kerala and Kodagu in Karnataka. The floods have caused a huge trail of destruction which has claimed at least 12 lives and rendered hundreds of people homeless. In another news, the Supreme Court has made it clear that option of none of the above or nota cannot be permitted in Rajya Sabha elections. A 3-judge Supreme Court bench set aside the Election Commission's notification allowing nota for Rajya Sabha polls, saying that nota was meant to be exercised by individual voters in direct polls. Nota in Rajya Sabha polls was introduced by the Election Commission in 2014, but was opposed by the Congress during Gujarat Rajya Sabha polls last year. The verdict came on a plea of Congress Chief Whip in Gujarat Assembly during the last Rajya Sabha polls, in which the party had fielded the sitting MP Ahmed Patel. The Lokpal Selection Committee will be meeting today. Leader of the Congress in Lok Sabha, Mallikarjun Kharge, will however be boycotting the meeting for the 4th time. Alleging that process of Lokpal appointment was vitiated, Kharge in a letter to Prime Minister Narendra Modi said he would not be able to attend any meeting of the Selection Committee until he, as the leader of the single largest opposition party, is conferred the status of full-fledged member. Kharge has alleged that the government was refusing to bring an amendment in the Lokpal Act, making leader of the single largest party in Lok Sabha as a member of the panel, even after parliamentary panel had made the recommendation for the same. China's defense minister will begin a 4-day visit to India on today. This will be the first visit by Defence Minister Lieutenant General Wei Fenghe after the 73-day Doklam standoff between the two countries. While General Wei will hold bilateral talks with Defence Minister Nirmala Sitharaman to further solidify military ties, no agreement are expected to be signed. This will be the second meeting between them this year after Nirmala Sitharaman met Wei Feng during a visit in the Defence Ministry's meeting at Shanghai Cooperation Organization in April. On to some international news and news from Kabul, where at least 9 rockets hit near diplomatic area, where President Ashraf Ghani was delivering a speech to mark the beginning of Eid al-Adha holiday. As per Afghan officials, fighting broke out between the security forces and armed groups in the city's old quarter, in which at least 2 people were wounded. The attack comes as Taliban rejected ceasefire offer from Afghan government on Monday, saying they would persist with their attacks. Moving on to sports news and there to the Asian Games. Now, India got its 3rd gold medal at the 18th Asian Games in men's 10-meter air pistol event in Indonesia. Saurabh Chaudhary won the gold medal in men's 10-meter air pistol event. This is Saurabh's first senior event. Abhishek Verma won the bronze medal in his debut at Asian Games in the 10-meter air pistol event. Sanjeev Rajput clinched the silver medal in 50 meters rifle-free position final. Vinesh Phogat defeated Japan's Yuki Airei in the final of freestyle 50 kg category in women's wrestling on Monday. With this victory, Vinesh created history as she is first Indian women wrestler to win gold medal in Asian Games. Bajrang Punia had given India's first gold of the Games yesterday in men's freestyle 65 kg category. India also claimed 2 silver medals in the shooting. In the men's trap, Lakshay bagged silver medal with an impressive 43 from 50 shots. Shooter Deepak Kumar claimed the silver in men's 10-meter air rifle event with a score of 247.7 points. This was India's 3rd medal in shooting. With this, India's medal tally now goes up to 7, 3 gold, 2 silver and 2 bronze. India is presently at the 7th position. Now, after bagging 3 medals on day 3 at Asian Games, India is placed 7th in the standing with 8 medals in total, while China is at the top spot with 41 medals, including 19 gold, 13 silver and 9 bronze. Japan is at 2nd with 32 medals in total, including 8 golds, 12 silver and 12 bronze. South Korea is placed 3rd with 26 medals, including 5 gold, 10 silver and 11 bronze. While host Indonesia is at the 4th position with 9 medals in total, including 4 golds, 2 silver and 3 bronze. Off to some cricket news now. Chasing a target of 521 runs to win the third test, England would resume its second inning from an overnight score of 23 runs with all wickets in hand on the fourth day of the third test match at Trent Bridge in Nottingham. Day 3 was dominated by India after skipper Virat Kohli scored a smashing 103 and declared the second innings at 352 for 7, leaving England a mammoth 521 runs to win. India now need to secure all 10 wickets to register its first victory in 5-match series. England is leading the series 2-0 and need 498 runs to win the remaining 2 days. That's it for now. Keep watching Rajya Sabha TV for more. Thank you.